Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Adventure Comics 122, Superboy, Super Magician. A fun story where Superboy becomes a magician to put on a show for orphans. It's an okay, fun idea for a Superboy comic. It's entertaining enough, and I would say I like it. But we suffer a problem of the first third, not the last third, feeling completely superfluous. As an attempt to get more action into this comic, which doesn't have any action without this part, Superboy first tries to find a magician, but the magician turns out to be a crook, so we spend about 3 pages of Superboy watching the magician become a crook, or commit crimes, I should say, and then capture the magician. It's not a particularly difficult thing for him to do, but it does involve a speedboat chase. The speedboat mainly being what Superboy is chasing, not what... Superboy doesn't have a super speedboat to chase after them. It's really unnecessary. Superboy here is actually looking like his 9-year-old self with huge muscles, and not like the 15, 16-year-old he has been looking like. Like, it's really difficult to quite grasp the age of Superboy, though arguably all of this could be taking place in his childhood, and none of it could be happening one after another in sequence. The continuity is very loose. I mean, there really isn't a continuity, but it is just strange to switch between a Superboy that looks like a small child, a Superboy that looks like he hasn't gone through puberty, and then a Superboy who's definitely in the throes of puberty. The rest of the story is just him figuring out how he's going to put on a show for the orphans and putting on the show. It's actually kind of funny because the orphans are unimpressed by his magic, believing that he's using his superpowers, only for him to reveal he's actually learned all of it. He, in fact, used his super speed to read through every magic book imaginable. I, by the way, have a 8-volume set of close-up magic books that I have never cracked open, but I'm not going to get rid of them. My wife hates me. She's not going to watch this. Revealing to the audience how he's doing the tricks. Oh my god, he's going to be murdered by the Magician's Code, or whatever the organization's magicians belong to. The only one I can think of is the joke one from Arrested Development, and that can't be right. But they're not going to be happy with them. They weren't happy with that one rat who did the Magic Untold series, or whatever it was called when I was a child, and he revealed how to do different tricks while wearing a mask until like the 3rd volume. Dude's a rat. We do not respect rats. Until he's actually asked to do one using his superpowers. Which, if you were unimpressed because he was using his superpowers, which is way more impressive than the tricks he's doing from magicians, why the hell are you demanding this now? And he just builds a hole to a bunny farm so they all can jump out of the hat. I mean, fun in a way, though. I feel like the amount of holes Superman and Superboy just makes around a metropolis through, tunneling, it's going to lead to Metropolis collapsing one day. I mean, there was a whole city they built under there once. I forgot about that. That was in Superboy. That was in a Superman comic, and it got destroyed immediately by Luthor. That's neither here or there. God, I miss reading Superman and having at least some big moments instead of him being a magician. I mean, I don't hate it, but I just kind of miss it. But like I said, it would have been a fine comic, a perfectly okay comic, if it had focused on that instead of wasting like a third of its length. Once again, it doesn't need the 10 pages. It only needed the 7, and the 7 pages of him performing a magic show was perfectly fine. Nothing was added or even taken away from that first third of him catching a magician. It was just entirely unremarkable. Okay, that is it from Adventure Comics 122. Superboy, Super Magician. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow? And man, why didn't you get anybody to shoot him? They used to think that was really impressive. Okay, have a great day.